Mark,
Jesus Christ. Hey, Paul.
I'm going to make you throw your phone next time.
That would be bad because right now I'm admiring the cover for Catwoman number 57. David Nakayama knocked it out of the park.
You really did. That was an incredible cover.
It
And
is.
also, it's also part of the Gotham War. So we're going to
This is?
talk about that, right? Yeah, we are. Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
wow.
Right after this. Welcome to a new episode of DC Comics Deep Dive. Before we go any further, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make sure you leave a comment to let us know how we're doing and what you want us to read after we get through Gotham War. Hint, Beast World. And just tell us how we're doing, how you like things. What can we do better? We're always looking to improve. So do that. Do us a favor and do that. Subscribe, like all that good stuff. So we are hot and heavy into DC's Gotham War, Batman, Catwoman, Gotham War, and it extends into Catwoman number 57 this week. So
It sure does. Which I'm not normally a Catwoman reader, yet here I am.
correct. I'm not either. So the whole Marquise thing that we'll talk about was a little bit new to me because I didn't really, because I haven't really been following Catwoman, so I didn't necessarily know all about her time in jail and how she basically spent all that time in jail. But we start this issue. Go ahead. You were going to say something.
No, I was going to say they keep their hooks into us, though, because this is like 3 months straight we've been talking Catwoman when it comes out.
Right. Exactly. But this issue starts actually almost exactly where the last Batman issue left off, with Batman finding Vandal Savage now actually owns Wayne Manor.
Yeah, can we just talk about for a second? Batman went home and in the front door of Wayne Manor dressed as Batman and not as Bruce Wayne, not going in he went into the front door and just stumbles upon strangers in his house. Like that could have been anybody at that point. You know what I mean? And boom, he's discovered.
Right. So we have that, and then we actually jump as soon as we see that we got basically one quick page of the two of them talking. Then he ends up at his parents' graves, and he's talking about the fact that he won't lose any of what he considers to be his family now. So he's willing to do whatever it takes.
He's crying about losing his house to his dead parents because Vandal Savage got it. And he kind of just strong arms him too. Vandal's like, "Yo, I bought your house, chill out." No explanation why at that point. That was kind of a thing. It was just Batman just accepting of it. He just went outside to vent with Catwoman watching, and that was a big thing. Catwoman and her crew are watching him have this breakdown. So it's really like playing more into how he's not all right. Bruce is not all right now.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so we have this discussion between Selina and Marquise about how should we tell Jason about the fact that Batman Bruce Wayne is cracking up, and she's like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I don't want to win over Jason by basically trash talking Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, they kind of point out how much Catwoman really does care about him in this sense, like on a personal level.
Right. And then we go to immediately as they're having this discussion as they're walking to meet a group of all of their henchmen, for lack of a better term, because they're not really henchmen anymore, but and they're basically plotting their next thing, and it basically is they're going to go Grand Theft Auto on everybody.
Her cat burglars.
Yep, exactly. Right. So they're plotting to go Grand Theft Auto on all of the rich people and steal their cars. That's when Jason comes in again.
More importantly, we did miss a little point that Batman gets tipped off of what Catwoman's doing by the Riddler. We have seen in that previous part of the Gotham War that the villains collectively are not happy with Catwoman deboing all the hired help around the city. So they're actually snitching on her. And the Riddler couldn't do it straightforward. Of course, you had to give him a riddle. Like, hey, I want you to go stop Catwoman, but I'm not going to be straightforward with you. I still got to tell you a riddle.
Yeah. Catwoman convinces she's just having this discussion with Jason, saying, do you like the arts and everything? And he's like, yeah, I love the arts. And she's like, good, because you're going to stand outside. You're not even going to get to go in. But we're going to steal cars. And she says, and I understand that you're pretty good at stealing cars, stealing wheels from people's cars, with a reference back all the way back to when he first met Batman. He was actually trying to steal one of the tires off of the Batmobile. And so then we have the meeting with Batman and the Riddler, and we jump then to it's basically is it going to happen at an opera or is it going to happen at a ballet? We're basically the two options, and we end up going to the ballet. Basically, because Batman figures out that of all the clues he had, there were certain things that pointed to a ballet. There were certain things that pointed towards an opera.
Which
One
was
of the
a silent letter in all the clues. Ballet has
right,
like Valentinian
correct,
and Marquise or whatever has like a silent letter in the name, and
right.
it was a fun little riddle. I always have fun reading like the Riddler stuff in comics, and when other comics do that, I legitimately try to think about them for just a brief second to see if I can crack them. And sometimes you get them, and sometimes you don't, and it's fun.
Yeah, it really is. Um, but Batman figures it out obviously because of the silent letter. It also so happens that one of the operas is actually the ballet that's going to be performed that night as well. He ends up actually fighting Jason outside of the performance center. When inside is Selina, and she actually has some interactions with Vandal Savage.
Yeah,
Um,
on her way to Vandal, she has interactions with other attendees as she's sitting
mhm.
there just stealing their jewels and all this and that. Since Jason has intentionally led Batman away, and yeah, she's talking to Vandal about making like, "What are you doing here?" kind of thing, and he kind of I don't know, he solicits her help. He's like, "Hey, you might want to get on board with me," and she doesn't go for it.
Right. And Jason does some things that cut pretty hard. Not only, I mean, he obviously has some physical battles with him, but Batman tells him, I won't let you destroy yourself, and he's like, well, what if I have a failsafe? Ah,
Yeah, that
like,
was yeah. And Batman gets a little rough with him as Jason's fleeing on his motorcycle, his inner dialogue saying, "All right, I'm pretty much away. Like, he can't stop me from here without potentially killing me." And in that moment, a grappling hook gets his back and he yanks him off the bike. He's like, "Dude, are you crazy? Like, you could have killed me." So we're seeing, again, more shades of where Batman is kind of going a little Frank Miller on him here. He's definitely hitting a little harder, going a little rougher. And then we also get a decent scene where Nightwing visits Selina, checks in with Selina at the ballet, and you get kind of an intimate personal moment between those two characters from the time that Dick Grayson attended an outing with Bruce and Selina, almost like a family unit. It was to a ballet and stuff, and there's some cool like interactions with the characters, but the issue itself just served the primary purpose of Jason and Batman's relationship here, and how they're not seeing eye to eye even after
right.
this.
So as the fight ends when Batman actually drugs Jason, he gives him a syringe into the neck.
And they acted like
Um,
that was a big deal, like he crossed some kind of line. Like I didn't get that part. Like I hate to do this to you. Like why? You're literally just putting him to sleep. He'll wake up later.
Exactly. I mean, it's probably one of the most tame ways that Batman ever has managed to corral anybody.
Yeah,
Um, and then we jump into the scene that I was mentioning, where she has her discussion, where Selina has her discussions with Vandal Savage, and we then jump back to the Batcave, where Batman and Jason have some more discussions. We end up, we finally close the issue out with Marquise gets a call from someone. She's talking to someone, we don't see who. We find out that she actually has different colored eyes, so she's putting her contact lens in. And then we see on the screen is Vandal Savage, and we hear Vandal say something about him being his daughter. So we now know the true identity of Marquise, and she has been a plant by Vandal Savage from the very beginning, from when Marquise first met Catwoman in prison. So, kind of a cool way to end an issue with a reveal.
yeah. It's Scandal Savage. His daughter's been apparently, like you said, we don't really know the relationship with these two, but she's been. This is Catwoman's like general, it's her right hand, and it's a mole for Vandal. So to me, it's looking like that classic that classic good guy versus good guy scenario you see in comics where they butt heads for a while, then they have to come together like butt cheeks to team up and take on the true antagonist of the story, which is in this case is Vandal and
Right.
Scandal.
So we'll get Selina and the whole Bat family, and Batman will end up joining forces to go against because
I'm just really hoping we get more like Bat family fights because I honestly God I'm just waiting to see Robin come in and just wax everyone. Like I'm ready to see Damian come in and just throw hands again. Like that was the best hoorah moment we've had yet is when he swung in and broke Jason's mask. That was awesome. And yeah, I was ready to see him have to like hold back and just wipe the floor with him.
right. But we're promised that the story will continue in Batman number 158. However, next week or this week, depending on when you're watching, obviously you're watching it this week. We get the new Batwoman and Catwoman, the Red Hood story. He gets his own little 2-issue miniseries as well. So looking forward to that. And then after that, we just get some really cool Godzilla stuff at the end of the issue. So I just want to say, I mean, I know we were talking Gotham War, but to me, this was one of the best weeks for Dawn of DC since it started.
Oh yeah, it's back. It's back. Like it's like getting to scratch that itch you couldn't reach. Like
you get 2 number ones. You get Wonder Woman and Green Lantern. You get the more revelations about Brother Eternity in Titans. You get more revelations about the Chained in Superman. And you get
good.
Yeah, and you get the continuation of the Gotham War. So, I think this is one of the strongest weeks.
Next week is huge too.
Right, exactly. Flash number 1. Here we come. Here we come. But yeah, that's going to be it for this edition of DC Comics Deep Dive. I'm Paul. He is Mark.
Hey, you did it. But we are Legion.
And you are now leaving Sector 2815. I've been practicing all night.